Every monastery is like a fortress. It's the presence of the Holy Fathers. It blesses us everywhere, and it blesses all things. It brings us peace. Because of the presence of the monastery, the angels come to be with us. It helps Christians in their walk. It's a spiritual haven. It consoles us. It gives us life. And especially in these days that we have such a great need for spiritual help, the monastery is there as a source of hope for all of us. From it we receive strength, grace. We have the experience of the church that is incarnated in the life of the monastery. It's something there to help us and to bring us salvation. And especially significant in Father's mind is the fact that this monastery is in the New World, in America. It's not a small thing that we have finally planted an Athonite monastery right here in our own midst, in our own backyard, as it were. And this gives us a great deal of hope. And he tells us that we must support it with our prayers, with our love, because this will be a yeast for other monasteries to take a foothold in this country. It's a place where we'll go to be fed, a place where we'll go to drink for our thirsty souls, and a place where we will find salvation. Now he goes to another thought with regard to the presence of the monasteries, and he's telling us that we are now waiting for the Antichrist. And who is the Antichrist, he says? Who is this Antichrist? And he quotes the letter of John. Anyone who does not confess that Jesus Christ is Lord, he is the Antichrist. And, the Lord must be worshipped in both spirit and truth. We need these monasteries. The monasteries produce our soldiers, and these soldiers are our monks and our nuns, and the monasteries are the forts from which we do battle against these evil influences that are surrounding us. He talks about the fact that while the activity of the Antichrist is on the increase, when the Lord returns, the question is asked, will he find faith? Obviously, the Lord, when he said that, knew that it would be a very difficult time in the end. And therefore, we have an immediate need for these monasteries. All the prophecies of the Bible speak about the tremendous difficulty of the times, the end times. And those prophecies were given by the inspiration of the Holy Spirit. And Father Ephraim goes on to say that the fact is that in the latter days, it will be even more difficult than it was in the earliest days of Christianity, because in the latter days, we will need what he calls the new martyrs. And the new martyrs will surpass even the old martyrs. They will be brighter than the sun, because it will be so difficult in the latter days to find even one person that has faith, one spiritual individual. And for that reason, we have to be all the more aware of the fact how difficult it will be. In the past, people were brought into the faith through the miracles that occurred, but today we don't see the miracles that we saw in the time of Jesus to the degree that we saw them then, because faith has diminished so much. Therefore, it will be very rare to find such a person. And who will those martyrs be? Just those who confess Christ, who stand their ground, who are witnesses for their faith. They will be even greater than the martyrs of old, these new martyrs, because the times will be so difficult. In the earlier age, yes, it was difficult, but there were still many things that were happening, and there were many spiritual strengths of the church that were being manifested. But in the latter days, this will not be so much. People will be pulled more and more towards evil in the end. And therefore, one strong person in the faith will be even a greater martyr, anyone who confesses Christ. And so he finishes with that note as a very strong, shall we say, injunction to all of us that we would support the monasteries, try to encourage their development. They're spreading throughout this new world so that the forts of the Lord, the soldiers of Christ, can be spread all over this land.